Okay. Yeah, we're just picking this right back up here. Wow, things escalated quickly. Everything got out of hand. What are you?
My goals. Right. But where's my focus? It's here. Okay.
Priorities? This freaking controller keeps doing the noises.
Inside the sacred mountain. Only matriarchs are allowed inside. I don't see my bow here. Or the damaged focus, the one I took off that killer. Where are they? I should keep looking.
Someone tell me what's going on?
I'm picking up some kind of signal.
Things got way out of hand.
Looks like
It turned
the
into a
winds have gone into
snowball.
there. With the rest of my things.
Stop making noises. Okay, I appreciated that.
Now, what can you show me? Ah!
All commanders, halt excavations and proceed at once to the mission point. Avoid all contact with Nora savages. But if you are seen, kill every witness. Target imaging attached. Do not fail.
Target imaging.
Who says I'm like other Nora?
Sonic through Owen's focus. How is that possible?
Then make it quick. I'm heading in. Hold for identity scan. You need to stop listening to Ted and start listening to me.
Where's this from? You, my mother. Why try to kill me just because I look like you?
Well then.
Aloy, you are awake.
You brought me here?
Quickly, you must follow.
To where?
To the place where you were born.
Are you saying I was born here?
Stay hydrated.
It is easier if I show you.
Why did you bring me here?
It seemed you were dying. And to die near one's mother is sacred. Lanta fought it, of course, but Jez sided with me.
Is my mother here? Am I going to meet her?
It's complicated. Please, just follow me.
Does my mother look like me, but with short hair?
I don't see how that could be. You were not born of a woman, Aloy. The mountain is your mother.
What are you talking about?
Machine.
Come.
Basically, I'm a clone.
What is this place?
The Great Chamber, where All Mother slew the Metal Devil and gave birth to you.
Huh.
Aloy, the Proving Massacre was just the first of many disasters. The war party we sent after the killers was ambushed and slaughtered.
But what does that have to do with where I was born?
My hope is everything. This is where we found you. We heard your cries, came to look, and there you were.
Just lying there?
Yes,
Y'all made me an
Behind the door.
outcast.
always that is what I have believed. That you came from the womb of the mountain. A gift from All Mother herself. But others, like Lansra, feared that a darker power put you here. Not a gift, but a curse.
But this isn't a goddess.
Aloy!
It's a door. With people behind. Mother?
Oh,
Hold for identiscan.
the goddess speaks.
Just like the woman I saw.
Error. Alpha registry corrupted. Identity cannot be confirmed. Entry denied.
No, no. Please.
Aloy, All Mother spoke to you, as if she knew you.
Were you not listening? It didn't recognize me.
Because of corruption. The goddess's own words. Surely, if you heal this corruption, she will see you clearly.
And how would I do that?
Oh,
You said you've had visions. Of a woman with short hair.
The killers came for me because I look like her.
But their power is overwhelming. Is there no other
The
trail to follow?
whole story of this, the whole mixing with the machine,
Some of the outsiders. The night before
basically
the
as God.
The killer saw me through his eyes.
It's
He lives in Meridian.
So you will have to leave the sacred land.
I've been an outcast all my life. I'm in exile too.
There is another way. Come, and we will make it so.
story-wise the whole like religious
Tribe is
worship
under
of it.
extinction. What happened?
After the massacre at the Proving,
It
a great war party was sent after the killers. Less than half survived.
kind of hits a little closer to home than it should for people right now.
Defeated.
The killers do not fight alone. Somehow they have a power over the machines, corrupting them, driving them mad.
So the killers got away?
Yes. And now the only plan my sister matriarchs can agree to is to sing the Hymn of Atonement and beg for All Mother's mercy, as though she would not want us to help ourselves.
Thank you.
Then, what's your plan?
This was my plan. To show you where you were born and loose you to follow the destiny All Mother intended for you.
You know,
The other High Matriarchs are waiting for us. Let me do the talking.
what were you doing in here? Or were you just guarding?
It is done? Yes. I showed her. Sisters, the goddess spoke to Aloy. Told her to heal the corruption. Ha!
But how is she to do that?
She will have to journey beyond our sacred land.
A seeker? If the goddess spoke, it must be so.
You would name this thing a seeker?
Sister,
For once, Lansra, join with us.
this will be your sin, not mine. Send her seeking, and may she never be seen again.
Aloy, by the holy grace of the one goddess, we hereby anoint you a seeker of the Nora tribe.
No barrier can now stay you from your sacred task. May All Mother protect you and sustain you. Stay true. I will make ready for the hymn. Our hearts lie with you.
Tirsa, what's a secret?
I want
You
to
are.
talk, but I don't want to talk
And
over.
here is your mark. In times of great need, the High Matriarchs may anoint a seeker, a worthy brave sent forth to accomplish a great purpose, no matter where that purpose might take her.
Even beyond the borders of the sacred land?
Yes. And with the right to return when you are done, or as the need arises.
Have there been other seekers?
There have, but they are rare, and most who set out are never heard from again.
Was Rost a seeker?
No, not a seeker.
What are you not telling me?
This is not the time, Aloy. Perhaps another day.
I should know my way.
From here, you must go to the gates of the Embrace. Speak to Varl, and he will point the way to Meridian. If any Nora tries to stand in your way, Aloy, make sure they know you are a seeker.
I will. Thank you, Tirsa, for all you've done.
May all mothers bless you
I'm
and watch
sorry,
over
I
you.
keep biting my tongue here. Thank you.
Nora faithful, we will soon begin.
Okay, so
Purify your hearts.
the
Soon we will beg forgiveness
whole
for the sins that brought
very
us
heavy
misery on the
religious
tribe.
ideology going on with
When you
this.
hear the matriarch's
Um,
The outcast comes. So she said bye to Luna.
the worship of the machine, or the AI of the machine,
She saved many lives.
and then basically you have the corruption or
Stop.
virus, if you will, as the opposer. Something that stands in your way. And there's a lot of things that we've been coming across that like with the old lady Tirsa. I have mad respect for her character,
Doesn't wash away the scent for now.
because she is very adamant that we act for ourselves. We don't just say, oh, let's pray about this and let's make this, let's pray our problems away, if you will. She's very, okay, you can pray,
We sing the hymn
but
sweetly.
act.
Surely the goddess
Work
will
for
show
it.
mercy.
And I have mad respect for that. the whole blindsided traditions stuck in ways thing is kind of
All Mother be praised. You're alive.
it
I
hurts
heard the rumors, but
how
I
much
didn't
it
know
rings
for
true
sure until I saw you
today.
just now. I'm glad to see
What sort of...
that you were wounded. Huh. That caused a stir. The survivors had told...
I wasn't the...
No,
And Rost. The man...
the survivors didn't speak of him. I remember he stepped in front of by dying. He saved your life.
What are you doing here with a boat?
Most of our braves are dead or wounded, Aloy. I should be okay. Just as long as I...
I should be on my...
May all Mother look...
Rash. They made Rash the chief. Isn't Rash the
Continue to record.
latrine
There are
guard?
rumors of a demon loose.
I need the gate opened.
Since when has any outcast's need been my concern?
Since I was anointed a seeker. Now open the gate.
You? A seeker? Have Tissa and Jezza gone insane? Bad enough that they let you run in the proving. But to nurse you back to health inside the sacred mountain? No wonder a curse is upon us and children lie dead under cairns of stone.
How can you be so heartless? I fought beside those children, shoulder to shoulder.
If even one of them had been true Nora, they would have put an arrow in your back. Resh, come on. Silence!
And I am a seeker anointed by the High Ma...
The sooner you're gone,
What was that?
Don't be another cat.
The demon! Sound the alarm!
Oh.
My goddess, what's it doing to them?
The corruption. It's the corruption. You physically manifested it. That's
Brace yourselves!
that's a thing. That's not good.
What have you brought on us now because of this curse? Kill them, Braves! Kill them all!
Stop blaming me for this.
Pray! Pray to yourselves! Today we fight a curse! A demon! Oh, Mother, give us strength!
Won't be long. Gotta get in position.
Where are you all?
Comes.
Attack! Watch the Striders! It's driven them mad!
Oh no. Ow. Please stop hitting me. ran out of healing things. Ah. Ooh, boy. Okay. It's an interesting design. Usually when you see something like this, you expect it to be like
Maybe fight a curse, a demon.
to have more so like the two gun things is like the armor placements. That's usually the stylized choice. But this, they went with
Watch the Striders! It's driven them mad!
a similar design, but
Marched with the killers, with the proving. How does it possess? How'd you do it? Show me. You made me obey you. How? This. You did it with this. It's connecting to my focus. And I could use this. It's worth a shot. Couple loops of wire. Looks like it'll hold. I just need to test it.
the control sphere?
How did you do that? You killed that demon. Pulled its guts from the carcass.
Stay hydrated.
Controls other machines. I think I figured it out. But I need to test it on a machine.
Plenty of striders along the path to the gates of the Embrace, I guess.
Exactly. And the gates are where I'll be headed anyway. I need to speak to Varl.
I always knew you were different, Aloy, but
But what?
I think you're a blessing from All Mother. No matter what Resh says.
Thank you, Teb. Oh, I have to go now.
You know, we're borderline getting to the point in which you're starting to blame them.
Let's go with her.
You blame me for the All-Mother putting me there. You blame...
Immediately. I don't care if you have to bandage it together. Get it done.
You blame... the All-Mother when I do something that people like. It's kind of getting annoying.
Can't be too prepared.
That was not an easy fight. I need to get better at this. Spider lines. Yeah, these might be nice for something, but right now they don't do anything for me, so I'm getting rid of them.
Good luck out there.
What happened to your shop?
Stay safe.
I need to find the machine and see what this device can do.
Shop? That's interesting. Okay. Oh man.
Snow haze.
Okay.
Respond.
This is gonna be a shorter one. We're gonna call this one here. I want to stop and think because a lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff. So I'll probably just do 2 episodes today. Alright. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and pause this right there because we are not doing a second video today. A little bit experimental on this one, but I really wanted to dive further into this. So instead, I'm going to break this down, analyze it, and give my perception of what we've encountered so far. Who is Aloy?
The great chamber, where All-Mother slew the Metal Devil and gave birth to you.
Previously, I was thinking that she was just someone who did not have a mom. And what I mean by that is more along the lines of a creation story or a mythology. If I put that together with all the futuristic tech that's going on, then I would have likely jumped to the conclusion that Aloy is a clone.
for identiscan.
The goddess speaks.
Just like the woman I saw.
It's a clone of a very specific person. And it's because it's that specific person that we're in this situation in the first place. And I do think it's safe to assume that the developers weren't going with Aloy as a coincidental name, if you will. Aloy is far too close to alloy, which is a substance that's composed of two or more metals, or one metal and a fusion of other elements. It's a mixture of them. Who and what is our antagonist?
Error. Alpha registry corrupted. Identity cannot be confirmed. Entry denied.
We hit this point where we can't learn more, we can't go further because of corruption. Now, it's not a simple file corruption as we see. It's a corruption with a will. It commands the actions of others.
The killers came for me because I look like her.
But it's not just human soldiers and fighters that follow the will of this corruption. It also expresses and puts its will over others. Oh.
My goddess, what you doing to them?
Religion. This is kind of where we're going to get into the big part of what was bugging me during this session. If you were wondering why I was stumbling so much and exasperated in that first 30 minutes of this video with all the gameplay, it's because of this.
Hold for identiscan.
The goddess speaks.
I have absolutely no qualms whatsoever with someone who believes in a deity. God, goddess, whichever or whatever you choose to worship.
All Mother spoke to you as if she knew you.
And while everyone's allowed to have their faith in their own belief, or their belief in their own faith, whichever way you choose to express or interpret it, a lot of the time they'll reach a point where they're seeking guidance from their deity, and they doubt themselves. They doubt that the deity hears their prayers, will answer them, will reach out to them as a specific person. Sometimes they just feel that they're unworthy.
It didn't recognize me.
Because of corruption. The goddess's own words. Surely, if you heal this corruption, she will see you clearly.
Then we get into the part about, do deities send people to other lands, to other nations? Do they send them away from their homeland?
So you will have to leave the sacred land.
They send them to fulfill some form of goal. Why? How? Well,
This was my plan. To show you where you were born and loose you to follow the destiny All Mother intended for you.
and deigned by your deity.
In times of great need, the High Matriarchs may anoint a seeker. A worthy brave sent forth to accomplish a great purpose. No matter where that purpose might take her.
Even beyond the borders of the sacred land?
Yes. And with the right to return when you are done. Or as the need arises.
And there it is. This is where the real crux of my issue starts to manifest. A seeker. So, you will more commonly in modern society hear them referred to as evangelists or missionaries. They'll travel around, go from town to town, nation to nation, country to country, different places that they've never seen, never been, places in some instances that they may not have even heard of. And it's all because of what they believe to be the will and commandment of their deity. Sometimes that will and commandment is so well known it takes on a life of its own. For example, one of the most prominent religions in modern society would be Christianity. Christianity has its own special spin of it, if you will, called the Great Commission. This is where the real issue kicks in, because there are a lot of evangelists or missionaries, people that are following the will of their deity, that have caused irreparable damage and harm, acting out what they believe to be the right thing, the good thing. It's something that places don't recover from years afterwards. Places where religion seeps into government and starts taking over in that aspect. There are places around the world today in which there are missionaries and evangelists going to, at risk of their own life, but also in a way that hurts the place they've gone to and starts to push away where they came from, their personal story, their history. Another huge concern of mine being the ones that go out into the world following this ideology, but this ideology that they're following is because of the interpretation of another.
Sisters, the goddess spoke to Aloy, told her to heal the corruption.
So after looking at that, let's go ahead and take a look at what the goddess actually said.
Hold for identiscan.
The goddess speaks.
Just like the one I saw.
Error. Alpha registry corrupted. Identity cannot be confirmed. Entry denied.
That's it. That's all she said. Not
Aloy, All Mother spoke to you as if she knew you.
Were you not listening? It didn't recognize me.
Because of corruption, the goddess's own words. Surely, if you heal this corruption, she will see you clearly.
mythology. Here's a part where we are going to go way off course, but it's where my mind went to.
Does my mother look like me, but with short hair?
I don't see how that could be. You were not born of a woman, Aloy. The mountain is your mother.
That scene right there. When I first heard it, I was thinking Hephaestus. Roman mythology, commonly attributed to being Vulcan. I'm more familiar with Greek mythology, which is why I go with Hephaestus. And he's more commonly known as like the blacksmith and forger of the gods, making their armor, weapons, staffs. But he's also someone who made automatons. He made machines. So when I'm in a chapter called Womb of the Mountain, and I see that scene where you're born of the mountain, and it's this fiery redhead, my mind jumped to Hephaestus. But then we introduced the goddess, who comes across as an AI, if you will. Now, I say if you will because there is a chance that it's just the door security check, but it does come across more of an AI, if it's going to have any other interactions with the three sisters that basically seem to be the bosses here. So when we got to thinking of AI, I'm start thinking about intelligence, wisdom, and then the story of Hephaestus going to Zeus, cracking open his skull to release Athena, literally born of his mind. That's where as far as my thoughts reached while playing through this section. But afterwards, once I started to simmer down a bit, I thought a little bit more about it, and Hephaestus frequently sought after Athena, but she wanted none of it. And one of Hephaestus' pursuits, that's as polite as I can put it, his seed fell to the ground and impregnated the earth. And from the earth was born a being. And this being was taken by Athena to be raised in secret, and Athena gives the child to 3 daughters of the king of Athens. 3 sisters. So I'm starting to feel like there might be a bit of a pull towards the Greek mythology in this aspect, especially when you have these 3.
Yes. I showed her. Sisters, the goddess spoke to Aloy, told her to heal the corruption.
That about wraps up everything that was going through my mind, everything I couldn't get out in this episode because there was so much exposition dump. And then the frustrating fight afterwards. It was enjoyable. Not frustrating in a bad way. But I wanted to take a second and actually explain out my thoughts in more detail since I wasn't able to during the episode. So, till next time.
Yes. And now the only plan my sister matriarchs can agree to is to sing the Hymn of Atonement and beg for All Mother's mercy, as though she would not want us to help ourselves.
Thank you.